attention. We will be starting shortly. If you could turn your phones to silent or off would be great. Thank you.
As you do. Just to represent everything works.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding.
When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in reverse, and the tears come streaming down your face, when you lose something you can't replace, when you love someone but it goes to waste, could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. And high up above or down below, when you're too in love to let it go, but if you never try you'll never know just what you were. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Tears stream down your face when you lose something you cannot replace. Tears stream down your face, and tears stream down your face. I promise you I'll learn from my mistakes. Tears stream down your face, and lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.
Good morning, my name is Kate Tyler Webber, and my role here today is to help celebrate the life of and pay tribute to the late Mitchel De Meyer. On behalf of Glenn, Joanna and the family, I'd like to welcome you each here to the chapel this morning and say a huge heartfelt thank you for your presence. A special thank you for those who've travelled a distance to be here. The family would also like to acknowledge those who aren't able to be here today but who are joining us online. Thank you for your time and online presence today. It means the world to the family. Mitch was born on the 2nd of August 1997 to Joanna and Glenn. He was one of 5 siblings: Damien, Danielle, Rachel, Natalie, and then Mitch was the youngest. Can I ask Glenn, Danielle and Rachel to come and share now?
This is so hard. I was hoping to have some composure today, but when I went to the viewing, that's hit me for 6. I brought Teddy. It's not my Teddy, it's Mitchell's. I thought I'll bring that for comfort. I was petrified of this day. As the day drew nearer, I got more and more petrified. I was petrified of seeing Mitchell in that box and having to say goodbye. I can't believe this is happening. I don't know what's going to come out my mouth because I had so many things I had in my head ready, and I've gone over it 1,000 times, and now it's just a jumbled mess, I'm afraid. But I want to thank you all for coming to share this burden. When I look at all your faces, I see a sea of love. Because that's what Mitchell was. He was the most beautiful person. He was kind and gentle and loving. And that's why you're all here, because you fell under the Mitchell spell. Anyone that knew Mitchell or met him or crossed his path would instantly love him because he was such a beautiful person. And that's why I can't understand today. I probably told him 10 years ago when Joanne and I separated, I said, Mitchell, I said, Mitch, have you ever got a problem? I don't care what it is, just, you know where I am, ring me. I don't care if it's 3 a.m. If you ever got a problem, speak to me. But he never did. It's been agony the last 2 weeks because everywhere I look at home, I can see him. There's so many things that remind me of him. In the kitchen, there's a photo of him in his high chair, right at the handle of the fridge. So every time I open the fridge, I look at him. And there's pictures everywhere in the lounge room. In my bedroom, there's all his cards. He used to send me beautiful cards and pictures. And beside my bed, there's on my little table, which I've had since I've been at Mum's for 10 years, was his first pair of soccer boots. So they're probably this big. And in that is his dummy and his clamp that was on his umbilical cord. So I've kept all those there. And I'll tell you what he's like. You know what he's like, but if I can think of some things that'll just, you'll understand him a little bit more. Just talking about the soccer boots when he first started playing soccer. He was probably 5, but he was such a gentleman. When he was back then, they'd play mixed. Girls and boys would play together, and Mitchell was such a gentleman. If he was running along and ran into a girl and knocked her over, he'd forget about the ball. He'd forget about the ball and he'd go and pick the girl, help the girl up, and he'd say, "Oh, I'm so sorry," if he knocked her over. And I could see on the puzzled look on the girls' faces if to say, "Gee, no one's ever bothered before." I'm trying to think of some things. Oh, Damien, when you came down, you said to Mitchell, "Dude, you need some earrings and tattoos." And Mitchell said, oh, just hold off on the tattoos. He's a bit conservative like me. And he said, "Come on, let's go and do it." Mitchell said, "Righto, we'll get an earring." So Damien took him somewhere, and Damien said, "Oh, you need a few." And he said, "Oh, hang on. We'll start with one." This is exactly what I'd do. We'll start with one. And Damien said, "Will you be all right?" He said, "Yeah." But when he got to the door, he's turned to Damien and said, "Come on." So you had to go in with him. But he was so proud, wasn't he? I've actually got it here in my pocket. So, yeah. So I'll keep that. And I got another story actually that I forgot about. Joanne told me about it the other day. Mitchell was probably 6 or 7, and we went around to visit Danielle at Yates Road at Arimba. And all of a sudden Mitchell's gotten out of the car and he's taken all his clothes off. and he's running up the street. I said, "Joanne, what's he doing?" So I sang out, "Hey, Rudy." I said, "Joanne, it's Rudy Guttendorf." And he's running up the street. And I called out to him, and as he's running, he just turned his head and giggled, and he kept going. And then he ran into a big puddle, and he's just jumping around in the puddle, and I said, "What's going on?" And Joanne said, "Let him go." So,
He was free.
yeah, I said, "Oh, righto." When Joanne and I separated, Mitchell and I were together every weekend. We'd probably go down to Sydney mostly and did all sorts of things. Things that I'd never done, and I grew up in Sydney. We walked across the Harbour Bridge. I'd never done that before. And did a historic walk around the rocks, and we went to Cockatoo Island, jet boat around the harbour, and it was just, I just loved being with him. And whenever we got chatting to someone, and Mitchell would wander off, and when he'd come back, whoever I was talking to would say, oh, who's this? And I'd say, "Oh, this is my best mate." I don't know where I don't know where I go to from here. Mitchell was my everything. I can't, it's too much. I want to thank you all though.
I would like to start off with a quote. My brother has the best sister in the world. Author unknown. Since I heard you pass, my mind and heart has cast back to memories of the little boy that came into our world later in life. Damien, myself and Rachel grew up close in age, and we all thought it was just us. When I was 11, Natalie joined our sibling clan, and little did we know, Mitchell would also join us when I was 23 years old. I was so excited to hear you were coming and to meet you. We were all celebrating Damien's 25th birthday when you decided to join us. You didn't quite make it to the party and arrived the following day. I was there to witness your birth, and you were my buddy from the start. I spent a lot of time with you as you grew. We had our day together every week when I minded you while Mum went to work and you visited often. I can see you standing at the window at the Berkeley Bell house watching me arrive and being so excited. We would spend the day watching the Wiggles, playing games and having crawling races up and down the hallway. I can still hear your giggle. When Mum and Glenn would come home, you would be so upset because you knew it meant I was going home. You would be at the same window watching me leave. Anytime there was a family dinner, you would be on my lap and only eat food if it was on my plate. I remember we had Hungry Jacks with Mum one day, and you had a bite of my burger and refused to return it, leaving me with the little kids' meal. I didn't care. You could have had anything of mine. All I can see is the little boy that was my buddy. I would take you to the shops and you would eat sushi with wasabi before leading me to the Big W toy section. And I could not say no to the toys you were drawn to. Turning my attention for a second and finding you licking the chicken salt off the shop serving bench. Sorry, Mum and Glenn, I don't think you knew that. When you came to my place, you would ask for Black Betty to be played on repeat while you bopped around the lounge room as a toddler. I still tell the joke you told me when you were in primary school. It is the only one I've ever remembered. What do you call an exploding monkey? A baboon. I have kept your cards, drawings and letters and will cherish them. When I heard you pass, I searched the house from top to bottom, looking for them. I needed them close to me. You grew into such a kind and thoughtful man, Mitchell. I'm so glad you and Mum stayed at our place for a few days before you left for Queensland in August. You worked hard with Mum on painting the nursery for baby Noah before you left. The ceiling was only half painted as you ran out of the paint. I had not got around to finishing it, and now I never will. When Noah is older and he's going to bed, I can tell him all about you and his half-job ceiling. Your heart was so pure, Mitch. I know this world was hard for you, and I am heartbroken you could not stay with us. And I hope you found peace. Rest easy, my brother. I love you.
Oh, I can't see anything. To my little brother, Mitchy Moo, little bro, Mitchell. I still can't quite believe we are here today, but I want you to know we love you and we understand. The others may disagree, but I like to think I was the cool sister. The one who introduced you to new music when you were younger, bought you edgy clothes and the things that all young men should own. I loved searching these out for you. I felt like I was doing something good. But the truth is, it was more about your beautiful heart that made me feel that way. You would always validate me by kindly listening to music that I loved. proudly and purposely wore those daggy short shirts that I bought you, and cherished any special gift by keeping them so immaculately as you did everything. This is who you were. You validated and put everyone before yourself. Now it is your time. I am going to miss your gentle hugs and kind, soft voice. You will always be in our hearts. Love, your sister Rachel.
We are now going to pause the service and put some images up on the screen. You've each arrived here today with your own memories of Mitch. And what this does now gives you an opportunity to add some more memories to Mitch and leave with an even bigger picture of his life. Thanks, Matt.
Comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's alright. It's alright.
It is now not time to commit Mitch's physical body to the elements. But before we do so, however, let us be thankful and grateful for his life, remembering the impact Mitch's life has had on yours. You'll each remember Mitch's life by the memories he leaves behind. Those of us who feel deeply will grieve deeply. We came into this world with nothing, and we leave with nothing. However, the memories we leave behind with family and friends is what is important. Those memories. Today is not goodbye. Today is thank you. Thank you for touching our lives and giving us joy. Thank you for the memories we will cherish forever. Thank you for the good times, and thank you for your love to your friends and family. Thank you for your laughter, your memory we will cherish. Mitch, as you watch over those you love, we know that when they listen to the ocean, it will be your whispers they hear. When a cool breeze caresses their cheeks, it will be your spirit passing by. Or when you leave angel wings on the ceiling for your mum, we know you're close by. You are not gone from us. You are watching over your family and guiding them towards the future. Today you've come together to fare the Mitchell that you know. We will remember the happy memories of his life, and we are grateful that he has lived. We are grateful that we have seen his face, heard his voice, and felt the touch of his hand, and shared his love and friendship. On behalf of the family, thank you all again for your presence here today. The family would like to say a huge heartfelt thank you for the love and friendship that you've each shown Mitch over his lifetime. The family would also like to invite you back to the Mackay's Cafe just across the car park. This is a very special time of the day. You've each arrived here with memories. You've each shared a moment with Mitch. And this is an opportunity to share those memories together, and that's what will keep Mitch living on in your hearts. We are now going to put a final piece of music on, and during that time we're going to give the family and those who would like to come forward to place a flower as we leave the chapel. Thank you.